But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Dolphins taking the field again here on offense. Charles, is it fair to say that this is going to be a significantly different roster when they line up for Week 1 in 2020? It almost has to.
Done in terms of investing towards 2020, the accumulation of draft picks.
Yeah.
You know they're going to get into free agency a little bit. And think about the players that were dealt just during this season. Minkah Fitzpatrick to Pittsburgh has a chance to go to the playoffs. Kenyon Drake had 4 touchdowns in Week 15 with Arizona. Laramie Tunsil could go to the playoffs with Houston. So they gave away some big-time talent to get some draft picks back. Now they have to hit on those draft picks and make this roster a whole lot different and a whole lot better.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. 3rd and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter opportunities, but that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson dancing to his left. And shutting him off, now open field. And they're going to get this all the way inside the Miami 15. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On second down, Laird. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. The Browns' drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now Jackson on first down, forced out to his left. The 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Here we go.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The Dolphins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number one, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gathered together the defense.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis on this first half. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. It's a gain of 5. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. To throw, Fitzpatrick. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This quarterback now 6 of 10 of this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Got a man open. It's Devontae Parker, complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He was looking for Parker that time. With that incompletion, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as the team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team, and I think Ryan Tannehill, the switch to him at quarterback has really energized that club.
The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They go play action. Fitzpatrick. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Fitzpatrick looking and finding Allen Hurns. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and now it's second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Fitzpatrick completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. He completes it to Wilson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Oh, and now he bowls him over. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback is scrambling around, actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
A second nice move, and now running right through it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Saquon Barkley, 26 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is